It's Fairfield area weather forecast. A 40% chance for rain today, high 88. Clear tonight, low 68. Sunshine both Friday and Saturday with the highs around 90. The outlook for Sunday, partly sunny, high 92. And for Monday, scattered showers, high 88. Overnight low was 70. Yesterday's high was 86. A little over 7/10 of an inch of rainfall yesterday afternoon in Fairfield. Currently, humidity at 100%. Winds are calm, and the pressure is at 30.08. Right now, clouds and 71 at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Mark Turner over there, Mike Dreeth here. Dave, Big Rig here.
Good morning, guys.
I'm glad you could be here, Dave.
Oh, I'm glad to be back, I think.
There's more in store for you before the
I
hour's
figured that
over
was
with.
going to be the case.
The grilling is about to commence.
I thought about putting on a football helmet to come in here today.
Oh, you don't need that.
I don't think I
No.
You might need some body armor.
That's what I thought about, too.
Did you watch any baseball yesterday?
I did.
I listened.
That would be different because the crowd sound would then make sense.
Yeah.
When you're watching the game and there's the crowd sound and you see nothing.
Yeah. Well, I watched the game yesterday.
I watched a bit of it.
Now, wait a minute.
I watched the whole thing.
The crowd noise, they're in the first inning,
Yeah.
okay? Mm-hmm. The leadoff guy hits a double for
Right.
Kansas City, okay?
Right.
And then next guy gets out, and next guy gets out, they move him to third,
Right.
okay? I hear,
For Kansas City?
yeah. And I'm going, okay.
We've got the red hats on. That's what you need to tell the
It was so weird watching that game yesterday with nobody in the stands.
I had the same feeling.
It was like watching the Cardinals play the Marlins.
Yeah, well, it was
In
worse.
Florida.
At least in Marlins, they had a few people in the stands. The stadium is empty.
Yeah.
Only the players there. In fact, did you guys know this? All right, the Cardinals are playing at home Friday. Okay?
Yes, that's
when
the
they
home.
go on the road, Dan McLaughlin and Ricky Horton or whoever will not go to those games.
Yeah, they're going to do the games from St. Louis.
Exactly. They're going
gonna
to
watch
call the
like
game
we are.
off of the monitor. Major League Baseball will not allow the visiting
I didn't know that.
TV announcers. Now, they may allow the radio announcers, but the TV announcers will not be able to go on the road with the team.
Speaking of radio announcers, there was a Mike Shannon
Moment?
moment yesterday.
my
What happened?
Well, first of all, somebody hit a foul ball, and he goes, well, they'll be picking those up about 6 o'clock tonight. and then he was talking about somebody, and he goes, what's that guy's name again?
Unfortunately, I'm getting more and more like Mike Shannon, so I can't really throw much in the way of rocks from my glass house. So the word is, as far as sports, spring, maybe? Is that what I got from your
They're
sportscast?
developing
Possibly January.
plans to start high school sports in January.
Yeah.
Now,
Which would mean basically the second half of the basketball season.
yeah.
Would they do football then?
What I'm hearing
No.
right now is maybe a 7-game schedule.
And then
maybe in the
playoffs?
spring, and then the playoffs.
Okay.
Well, how are they going to manage that with baseball? And
Well, they're gonna move baseball around. I think it's some of the what's fueling this. I believe is some of the larger schools who don't have numbers problems
Right.
or don't have multiple kids playing
Right.
multiple.
What if
sports.
you're a star running back for the Mules, but you're also the guy that hits out of the 3-hole for the baseball team?
Yeah.
And you're the anchor on the 4x4 track team.
Right.
Yeah.
How in the world could you expect somebody to carry that burden through the course of a
No
season?
way.
Yeah.
There's just no way.
We were talking this morning because I'm getting a lot of comments about the commentary, and I mentioned that there was a point only 18 months ago where we walked from a hotel in downtown Chicago 5 blocks to the Chicago Theater to see a Christmas concert. And my point, I think, in that conversation was I would not feel comfortable doing that today or maybe ever again.
Well,
And you made the point You wouldn't. The same thing goes for
Yeah.
the Fox
I mean,
in St. Louis.
4 years ago, we took the train to Chicago, got off at Grand Central, walked down to Dealey Plaza for the Chris Kendall Market.
Yes.
I don't know that I'd do that.
Well,
again.
in 1991, I went to a pastor's conference at Moody Bible Institute in Chicago, and a bunch of us pastors, close to midnight, decided to go to some famous McDonald's place there in downtown Chicago, and there's a bunch of us walking the streets going, I don't think Moody Bible Institute would let that happen now.
You go downtown for a few drinks. And
No, I don't think we went downtown for a few drinks.
A little carousal.
We were going to McDonald's, but I don't
you
think.
were getting drinks.
yeah,
Well, yes, off of
I'll take
the,
a McBeer, please.
I think in some countries McDonald's does serve.
Alcohol?
I think so.
I don't doubt it.
Not here in this
No,
here
not
county.
not in the good old USA.
Not right here.
Can't have that.
Yeah, I can just see Ronald drunk and disorderly out there trying to shill his booze. All
Trying
right.
to direct traffic.
So before we get into the bucket of bunk,
Yeah.
you
need to scoop.
you baited the hook. You told us about the possibility of a new contender for the heart of Dave Big Rig, the famous Edwards County tree peer, and we heard nothing else. Does that mean that this thing has gone awry? He vacillates.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see how I can explain this.
Do it in the most entertaining way you possibly
in the most
can.
entertaining way.
In other words, she don't want us to talk about her.
Is that what it is?
I bet it is.
I think that's part of it. Secondly, I don't have the authority,
Well, but have you been
authorization to say much about her.
Have you been seen publicly with
No.
this woman?
No.
So I mean, she's just come onto the enclave, so to speak.
The compound.
Communications through Facebook and texting and so on. Yeah.
And so you haven't closed the deal, is what you're
Are
telling
you
us.
FaceTiming?
Well,
Are you doing the FaceTime thing?
no,
Okay.
none of that stuff. No.
You haven't gone that far yet. The relationship hasn't gone far enough for live video chatting.
I am hesitant to go much further with it because it's another one of these long distance relationships.
How long are we talking about? Parkersburg? What are we talking about?
No.
Are you going west, say to Sims or something?
Oh, guys.
Well, you don't have to give us a town.
If I found anyone,
How many? Give us a circle. How many miles away are we talking?
Are Noble?
150 miles.
Oh, well, see, that's a problem.
Yeah,
it's 2 hours,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
that's
that's
2
2.5
hours away.
hours,
That's
yeah.
that's more than
All right,
the last
I did a little research
contestant.
on this.
Oh, he did some research.
A study of 1,000 Americans.
by the way,
Yeah.
I like the coordination.
Oh, you like
with your-
this? Let me
With
show
your
you.
shirt and your
He's got a folder that's
and his
purple,
folder.
and his
And
shirt
matching
is
shirt.
purple. We
that's-
don't usually get that kind of coordination
I
with
know,
our guests.
I know, you know.
We don't
Christy-
usually
Christy,
have that-
take note.
We
Tomorrow-
don't usually have that kind of coordination ever.
Christy will accessorize at times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not to this extent.
No.
She's here tomorrow, by the way. Go ahead.
Well, long distance relationships, according to a study just recently conducted, have a 58% success rate. In other words,
Better than most marriages.
I'm gonna say,
probably so. They say what qualifies as a long distance relationship is at least 132 miles away.
you know why the long distance relationships have a better chance of succeeding than actually being married to someone and living together.
You can get away from it.
Because it is long distance.
That's right. I mean, I'll see you on Saturday, hon.
Yeah.
I'm Monday through Friday. I'm here.
What do they used to say? Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
That's right. You're there. Between now and Saturday, I can urinate on my tree all I want to. I don't have to worry
The
about
survey
anybody telling me
showed-
that's improper.
That lack of physical intimacy was still the biggest challenge of endeavoring in a long distance relationship.
That's what Saturday night's for.
For Dave, that's bath night.
Do Do you have a bathtub out on the porch?
No.
You pee on the tree.
No.
Do you have a bathtub at the porch?
I don't urinate on trees, okay? I only have one tree in my front yard. It's a huge,
It's
some
dying.
type of pine tree.
It's dying.
No, it's not. It's flourishing. It's flourishing. Anyway, guys,
So you're just telling
to
us-
put it all in a basket. I am very hesitant to pursue another long distance.
So for a moment, let me
because
do my best bird dog. Okay. so you're still out there. You're not quite on point yet.
No,
you
that's
haven't
right,
yet.
that's right.
We haven't flushed her yet. After you being on point,
I'm hesitant to pursue it much further than what has happened so far
Well,
because 150 some miles,
Okay.
guys.
But is she tied down there? And I'm not talking about physically. Okay, is she devoted to that space on Earth, or would she come and be a part of the rigorosa
I don't really know because I've not been there. I don't know what kind of house
with Hoss
lives in.
and
The
the rigorosa Hoss and Adam and little Joe,
Little Dave.
little Dave. All right, so you're not going to give us anything more, is what you're telling me.
I just
And you
don't think
understand,
that, I'm still on the market for
the
somebody
offer-
locally.
The offer's still out there. You snag somebody and land her, bring her to the bank.
Okay.
You bring her here.
But you guys have got to do a better
And-
job of promoting me. I mean, you guys are always running me down.
No, you're
Yes,
on.
you are.
Listen, you're on
Talking
TV right
about
now.
urinating in the front yard, which I do not do.
Well, that
You-
might be a turnoff for some people.
You know, I never thought of it that way.
Could be.
Yeah.
We're just
Anyway.
trying to extol your virtuous qualities.
Okay.
Well, if you did that in front of a date, it'd take away a lot of the mystery.
What? Okay.
What's that line from Yellowstone?
What
Is
would
that
you
thing
consider my
is that thing
pluses?
swollen?
Mike and Mark, what would you consider my pluses?
Hold on a second. Let's think about that.
Yeah, think about that. Boy, it's taking too long. I can
This is
see
a really
that.
awkward silence.
He's got the body of a 24-year-old. He's 71. He's got that. I can see right here. You're put together, my friend. You could go out and
But he knows,
wrestle.
he
I don't
knows
know
how
what
to-
I'm gonna
He
do
knows
now.
how to coordinate an outfit with a folder.
Yeah, look at this. See, I didn't pick up any old sloppy. I had very different choices of folders to put the trivia in here
But
today.
you chose to coordinate.
I did. I said, well, I'm going to wear this purple shirt, so I'll pick the purple.
Here's the thing.
folder.
We could do this for the whole hour.
We could.
We could mess with him for the whole hour, but I think we ought to do
Yeah,
this.
get into the bunk.
In the vernacular of the ethos, this is T-minus 60 seconds before the voice of man is lifted from Mother Earth and rocketed into the sky farther and longer than any voice ahead of him. Call this one of the first faltering steps of man to sever the umbilical cord of seriousness and stretch out a fingertip towards an unknown. In a moment, we'll join two men, Mike and Mark, and embark on an adventure because the environs overhead, the stars, the sky, the infinite space, are all part of a vast question mark known as the bucket of bunk.
You know, Dave, you need to gather up all the environs you can find and put them in that purple shirt, and you can find yourself a woman. You know,
Actually,
Nicholas.
he should put them in the purple folder.
This man is he makes purple look good. There's no doubt about
That's
that.
one of my favorite colors, by the way.
Nicholas Cage
He's
is
very purple.
57 today. Nick Cage, 57. What a bizarre guy. What a strange guy.
Yeah.
And yet he has no problems getting women, Dave. I'm just saying he started a variety of films.
He doesn't have to be involved in a long distance relationship.
No, they come to him.
They just come to him.
Let's see here. It started with Rumblefish in 1983, Valley Girl in 83.
But in Valley Girl, for his credit,
Yeah.
he was not listed as Nicolas Cage.
What was he listed as?
Nicholas, who's the director that he's related to?
I don't know.
Oh gosh,
I don't have that in the
can't think
bucket
of
of
his
bunk.
name. He is his mother
Right.
has a very famous director last name. They're related.
Okay. Well, then he
His
used that
uncle
name.
or something.
Peggy Sue got married in 1986. Raising Arizona, that's the first time I saw him, in 87. Moonstruck in 87, that was big.
Yeah.
Vampire Kiss in 89. Oh, there just keeps going. Firebirds, Honeymoon in Vegas, Red Rock West. There's a lot of
What's the one that
movies
he
here.
was in recently with where he plays a very wealthy type of investment banker or so on, and then he wakes up married with kids and
Well, let me look at the most recent ones, going backwards. Love Atasha in 2019. I think he kind of fell
I
off.
never heard that one.
Me neither. Color Out of Space in 19. Mom and Dad in 18. Mandy in 18.
Tia Lonen was in this with him.
The Frozen Ground in 2013. The truth of the matter is, his stock went down significantly in Hollywood over the last several years. Probably because he's crazy.
Yeah.
He's been married 4 times. Let's just go through these real fast.
None
His
of
first
them
wife.
have lasted very long.
His first wife was Patricia Arquette, the
Yeah.
actress.
I think that was the longest marriage he's had.
Married in April of 95, divorced in 2001. So there's a good 6 years.
Yeah.
That's a decent run in Nick Cage's life. Then his second marriage was to singer and songwriter Lisa Marie Presley
I think he only got married to her
because he loved
because,
Elvis.
because he loved Elvis and he wanted,
Well,
There's
he
a
wanted
reason to
free
get
reign
married.
in the jungle room. Which you might think about, Dave.
you
in
ever
attracting
thought about
ladies.
putting up 3 TVs and a little shag carpet on the wall? That worked for
Oh,
Elvis.
No, that worked there. Huh?
Yes, he did. Cage was an Elvis fan and used the star as the base for his performance in Wild at Heart. Presley and Cage married on August 10th of 2002. They filed for divorce 107 days later, November 2002. Of course, Lisa Marie also did the Michael Jackson marriage,
Yeah.
if you'll remember. Lisa Marie, a couple of cards short of a deck, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway,
Sometimes you feel like a nut, and sometimes you don't.
and sometimes you're Lisa Marie. Anyway, in March 2019, Cage married Erica Coley,
Was that the waitress?
yes,
Okay.
in Vegas. Filed for annulment 4 days later. 4 days.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, apparently.
He was granted a divorce. So, anyway, Nick Cage, his birthday today. Woody Harrelson's 59 today. Of course, first known for his role as bartender Woody Boyd on the NBC sitcom Cheers. He was on that for 8 years, 85 to 93. He won a Primetime Emmy Award for Best Supporting Actor. 3 Academy Award nominations. The first time we saw him was The People versus Larry Flint. He played Larry Flint in that
Yeah,
movie
I remember
in
that.
1996. He also was in a movie called The Messenger in 2009, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri in 2017, which I've never seen.
I've never heard of that movie.
Yeah, well, he started getting into sort of lesser, the kinds of movies that are really kind of avant-garde. I mean, they're different. They're not mainstream.
But interspersed in there was some very, very good performances. LBJ.
He was great in that.
Yeah, he was.
What was that one with Kevin? Oh, The Highwayman.
That was great.
Yeah.
I loved that. In 85, he married Nancy Simon. She was and is the daughter of playwright Neil Simon.
Okay.
And they were married. This was interesting. They were married in Tijuana. The union was meant as a joke. Okay? They were going to get married and divorced in one day.
Mm-hmm.
Who does this for a joke? Okay? But
Certainly
they did
not
that
me.
Until you couldn't get one for one day, Dave. Anyway,
Plus, they won't let you go to Tijuana.
Oh,
I mean, you'd get married at
Can't
8
go out of the
o'clock
country.
by lunchtime. You'd be dispatched. Anyway, the following day, that storefront marriage divorce parlor where they got married,
Yeah.
they went back to get divorced.
And it was bankrupt.
It wasn't there anymore.
It went belly up. Ah!
So they stayed married for 10 months and then finally got a divorce.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's a fascinating story. He did then remarry. The co-founder of an organic food delivery service. They met in 87. She worked at his as his personal assistant for a period of time, and that's what happened. They live in Maui, Hawaii. In fact, he's really good friends with Willie Nelson, who goes there with him, and they do things with herbs. They're pretty tight. Anyway, he's got 3 daughters. Talking about Woody Harrelson. His birthday's today. Now, here's one of my favorite folks in music. Alison Krauss is 49 today.
Yeah, from
Oh yeah, bluegrass gospel.
Central Illinois. Hey, she's from around Tuscola, around Douglas County.
She was
Arcola?
born in Decatur.
Yeah.
And then moved to Champaign, and I don't think she went to the University of Illinois.
I've played several of her songs on bluegrass gospel.
Yeah.
She still performs with Union Station.
Union Station is the name of her group. Yeah.
It started really early, 1989. I mean, she's only 49, and it started, years ago.
You'd call me an old geezer if I went after her.
I have an album at home.
You would be a geezer. With Alison Krauss?
With Alison Krauss and Page from Led Zeppelin.
Jimmy Page?
No, not Jimmy Page. The lead singer of Led Zeppelin.
I'm going to have a brain fart on that one.
Yeah, I'm having one too.
Robert Plant?
Yeah, Robert Plant.
Okay.
And Alison Krauss. Kind of a mixture,
That's an interesting.
Kind of a mixture of Led Zeppelin and bluegrass.
Let me tell you something.
But it's pretty good.
She was responsible, and you can back me up or not on this, Dave. Really, when the work that she did in the movie "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou" really brought bluegrass to the forefront in a lot of people's minds. It became, that movie in particular, which was very popular, got a lot of play. The soundtrack, and it was very much bluegrass based.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's won. Get a load of this. She's won 27 Grammys. 27. She's third all time behind Quincy Jones and a classical conductor by the name of George Solti, Solti, Solti. But she's the most awarded singer in history as a recording artist, and as a female, has the record. So anyway, pretty interesting stuff. She's married to a musician, and has been married from 1997. Oh, sounds to me like that fell apart in 2001. Yeah. So she's available, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's 49.
You're looking for something younger?
I could
49.
just imagine how
I
you
bet
guys would.
She's let herself fall apart. She's 49
crucify
years
me
old.
if I
That'd be-
said, I've got a relationship started with Alison Krauss, and she's 49 and I'm 71. The geezer buzzer would go off constantly.
It would.
Yeah, that's what I said,
I think Alison Krauss would be the type that would want to settle down north of Albion,
On 100 acres of ground.
near Bone Gap,
West of Bone Gap.
but not in Bone Gap.
That's exactly right. Hey, I got to say this about bluegrass music. It's a little over 2 years now, is when you first asked me to start doing that program, right?
You do a great job, by the way.
Well, when you asked me, I knew very little about bluegrass music, and I had kind of a attitude about that I suspect a lot of people have, that it's hillbilly hick music, okay?
Right.
So I start doing the program, and I like it. And I would challenge people who have kind of an aversion to listening to bluegrass music to tune in Sunday morning from 6 to 9, and I think you would enjoy it.
We love it. My wife and I listen to it
There are
every Sunday
many
morning.
different types of bluegrass.
Oh, yeah.
music.
Yes.
There is a modern bluegrass, which is,
Right.
They actually,
and then,
a lot of
there's
bluegrass.
traditional bluegrass, but there's many different types of
Well, they redo-
genres of
They do
bluegrass
some. They
music.
redo some rock.
Yeah.
In bluegrass. All right.
There's actually a band out there
The other,
called Hayseed Dixie.
yes, they'd have to change their name, I'm afraid.
Well, yeah, probably. But they do remakes of classic rock songs, like
In bluegrass.
"Walk This Way" in bluegrass style.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
listen
think
to them
that'd
sometime.
I really find that to be very enticing. By the way, this is July 23rd. Just a couple of the things in the bucket of bunk. This is the date in 1904 at the St. Louis World's Fair where a guy by the name of Charles Minches offered an ice cream cone to somebody for the first time.
Oh, with the waffle cone.
Oh, it was great stuff.
I've got the story like that on one of
Yeah.
my sermons I'm going to be doing on Sunday morning. Sometime.
This Sunday?
Not this Sunday.
Okay, all right.
Coming up on how the ice cream cone got started.
It's in St. Louis. St. Louis was
Exactly.
1984. Miss America Vanessa Williams turned over her crown after it was discovered she'd been photographed.
She'd been naked.
She'd been naked. I don't think even the naked was as astounding as some of the poses. Anyway, she was the first to give up her crown. And Prince Andrew in '86 married Fergie, Sarah Ferguson,
Yep.
at Westminster Abbey. They divorced in '96. So there you go. I don't think there's anything more interesting than telling you about the Carnaby Square question of the day. You know, Dave, Carnaby Square, if you had snagged a woman, you probably would need to talk to Christy as much as I do.
And even if you were involved in a long-distance relationship,
Yeah.
you could probably go to Christy, and she could pick out the perfect gift.
And then mail it to her.
Preferably purple.
Yeah,
If you could
right.
be reincarnated, Dave, and I know we know.
Reincarnated.
If you could be reincarnated, who would you choose to be? We know that there's no such thing as reincarnation.
Correct,
You don't have to preach to us, but I'm
won't
just telling you.
preach. Okay.
If you had to,
Yeah.
if it happened, if it was a
Right.
make-believe thing,
Right.
and we're going to tell you, I got some ideas. You got some ideas,
Some
Turner.
ideas.
Dave, we'll see what you have to say after we come back from this break on Morning Coffee.
Ubinger's Furniture cares about our customers. So to help you with your furniture and bedding purchases, we're offering up to 4 years free financing. Minimum purchase and approval required. See store for details. At Ubinger's, we have everything you need to make your home more comfortable. It's time to sink into a comfy new recliner, sofa, or luxurious new mattress. So shop now with no money down and up to 4 years free financing. Only at Ubinger's Furniture Company, where the deal's worth a drive. Highway 50 East, Flora.
Have you heard? All Sierra HPC clinic sites have made some changes. We will be offering sports and school physicals at no out-of-pocket cost. And it gets even better. School physicals will include vaccinations at no out-of-pocket cost for both new and established patients. Call 1-833-209-0498 to schedule your appointment at any of our 11 Sierra HPC clinic sites throughout southern Illinois.
Jerome here from Main Street Shop in Fairfield. Once upon a time, in a quiet little place called Fairfield, a new mower shop opened up, and the people came. "We need help," they cried. "Our yards need groomed and our mowers don't care." "Well, this will never do," replied Main Street Shop. "We shall bring Skag mowers to town to fix you up." The people rejoiced and lived happily ever after. Amen. This true story for many throughout the land has been brought to you by the good folks at Main Street Shop in Fairfield. Wow! Zoom!
Time Capsule, sponsored today by Save-A-Lot Food Store on West Main, Fairfield.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another Time Capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when Ronald Reagan became the first president to have his inauguration inside?
We stand again at the steps of this symbol of our democracy, or we would have been standing at the steps if it hadn't gotten so cold. Now we're standing inside this symbol of our democracy.
Phil Donahue hosted his first TV show from New York. Jackie Gleason released 75 lost episodes of The Honeymooners. Joe Montana led the 49ers past the Dolphins in Super Bowl 19. Lou Brock and Hoyt Wilhelm were voted into Cooperstown. And here's what the radio sounded like.
Careless whispers, foolish hearts, nothing but modern love. Come to your heart, be your lover, lover boy. My sugar, I will stop for you. The old man down the road, the heat is on. Doing the good time dance.
Think you got it? Well, hold on. The answer and just a touch of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
Swing by the Fairfield Save-A-Lot and take advantage of these great deals. Whole in the bag choice beef eye around $2.99 a pound. Twin pack pork butt roast $1.28 a pound. Whole boneless pork loins $1.87 a pound, and 50-pound russet potatoes $14.99. Prices mentioned are good through Saturday. Good food, great people, great prices at your Save-A-Lot store located on West Main.
January 1985. I wanna know what love is.
Foreigner, and I Want to Know What Love Is, the top song of January 1985. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another Time Capsule.
Time Capsule has been sponsored today by Save-A-Lot Food Store on West Main, Fairfield.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A.
My name is Jake, and I work at Chick-fil-A Hickory Flat. To me, the A in Chick-fil-A is for above and beyond. It's about making sure that our guests know that we care about them and that we're going above and beyond for them in all the details.
The A in Chick-fil-A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
Real team member paid for their testimonial.
Capital One checking and savings accounts have no fees or minimums and a top-rated banking app that lets you manage your money anytime, anywhere, even from your favorite hiking trail. With Capital One's app, you can check your balance, deposit checks, pay bills, and transfer money from wherever you are, anytime you want, even when you're cooking dinner. Open a fee-free checking or savings account online in about 5 minutes. This is banking reimagined. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Consumer accounts only. Approval required. Terms apply. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
We're back on Morning Coffee. We're having way too